The elderly gentleman, Biagio, opens the door. There's the same exchange of knocks, and waiting outside on the doorstep.
Two halflings walk in. They look extremely similar to each other, almost like identical. The one in front is flipping a coin. They both have shaggy brown hair. The one behind is just kind of like looking around at the place they're in.
You follow the directions you were given. It is down an alleyway, up a flight of very narrow stone steps. Not a problem for you yourselves, of course. In front of a very large, fairly new-looking reinforced door. You use the knock code you were instructed to use, and you've come into what's not a small room by any means, but it's quite dim, the light, so it's kind of quite hard to sort of entirely tell how large the room is. Dominating the room is a large desk covered with a mixture of parchments, loose, sort of rolled up, and then scroll tubes, sitting behind which is a kind of middle-aged, dark-haired man with a kind of a very a polished exterior, fine embroidered kind of clothes, sitting in a large length back chair that looks at least 2 sizes too big for him. And he's got some strange things over the bridge of his nose, like some kind of shiny circles that are reflective in front of his eyes. Around this table, there's like a semicircle of different ad hoc chairs. Probably the first thing that would grab your attention is the fact that there's a centaur in this room. Female, you think? That's quite unusual. Centaurs are almost unheard of, and generally have a mild bogeyman style reputation. There is a half-elf, you think, sitting in another chair. Both the centaur and the half-elf look like they've brought in sort of 10 years of trail dust with them, and clearly look outdoor types. As a juxtaposed to them, the other 2 people in the room is an extremely well-dressed and kind of very to the point looking halfling, and a thick-set kind of ruggedly handsome gentleman dressed in finery with a outdoory dueling sword on his hip. The only other person is the more elderly gentleman who opened the door, who's also dressed as a classic kind of noble from Resto, and who's the man that you spoke to yesterday. I apologise, Julian, the man behind the desk says, gesturing towards the halfling. These are our final guests. They have some, how should I put it, unusual skills that it was recommended to me might be useful in this particular enterprise. They should help to steer your way with some of your questions, shall we say.
At this point, I take a step forward towards them. Hello, I'm Stix. This is Ricky. If you get us mixed up, we're gonna kill you. Anyways, that's a joke. Not actually going to kill you, because you guys look big and scary. That's some shiny stuff that you have in front of your face. I look over to the guy with glasses. Oh, sorry,
I chuckle at their sort of almost bumbling nature.
In answer to your question, welcome, my 2 young friends. In answer to your question, Julian, past Nivacta's Crossing, which is a small village to the west of here, as you know, the same distance again, maybe 50 miles or so from Restov, there is one of the old border forts. You might, if you are quick, you may be able to catch up with my brother there. I heard a rumor that he'd been seen there. In terms of the enterprise itself, I've shared certain things with Victor. My brother is much more knowledgeable and has the details to hand, and I would suggest that you look to seek him out and aid in whatever way you can on behalf of the Vasiri family. Does that seem agreeable to you?
It does indeed.
Now, my two young friends who have just arrived, I was explaining that some are here because they have a right to be or they have offered help, and some are here for a particular task, as in the case of the young woman here and her centaur, who I believe are well versed in the ways of the wilderness. Certainly I'm not, and neither is my brother. You, on the other hand, have come to me recommended. I understand that you, how shall I put it, are unusually lucky with dice. Would this be fair?
Well, that's kind of why I got kicked out of the casino nearby. I kind of look around, making sure that, like, none of the people I recognize from the nearest casino is...
I know you got kicked out. That's how you ended up here. Such talents that you and your brother have, though, shouldn't go to waste on trying to embezzle.
It's not embezzling, we just play, and the cards like us.
Yeah. Well, let's see if we can use those clear skills that you have to tasks that might serve people of Restov in a more constructive manner. Would that be fair? I understand, no doubt, that there would be a need to talk of arrangements. I expect, young lady, you will want to do the same. You can speak to Biagio on this matter. He, when it comes to such things, has my authority. Alternatively, of course, brothers, I can sign this paper in front of me, which says some unpleasant things about you and offers a reward, but I don't need to do that, do I?
No, let's not do that.
Good. I didn't think of it. He scrolls it up and drops it into a bit. As for you, good lady, I know nothing about you, but I understand that you claim to have crossed the mountains from Ibaria, and anyone who has done that clearly has the skills to survive in the wilds where my brother will need to go.
Yet I see no reason why I would go there.
Well, that might be fair, but as I said, if it is coin you are after, then that is something that Biagio behind me can negotiate. If it is something else, then perhaps now is the time to state. For it strikes me that you and your friend are vagabonds. Is that not fair?
I had a disagreement with a family member.
Yes, I'm familiar with such a concept. That's partly how this mess started.
I have spent 3 months in the wilderness. I am, more than anything else, seeking rest.
I understand, and certainly compared to the mountain range you've just crossed, the areas we are talking about are considerably gentler than that. Your skills would be wasted here in the city, and to be fair, young lady, what would you be able to offer as skills within a city if most of your skills are that of the wilderness? Whereas here you have a lord, the sort of council, offering you a chance of gainful employment. If you have a better offer, and he takes off his spectacles, then obviously you should.
The best offer I can hear at the moment is the word bed.
Then we can, of course, arrange that. But I would like...
What is this brother of yours accused of doing?
The charges are vague, but then any charge of treason tends to be vague.
Discovering what exactly has the crown's knickers in such a twist over over him is part of the job at hand.
Very well. And what is the area? What does your brother need as far as forestry skills?
My
Is he
brother
in
is,
search of a guide?
yes, someone who is skilled with the outdoors and who is has no political affiliation, shall we say, which I believe you qualify for.
Perhaps.
My brother has guards, but guards are not necessarily reliable on such matters. I see you're still reluctant. I will tell you what. I will offer you and your friend, and I guess the two of you, and he points at two halflings, each of the pairs a 3% share in the enterprise. If you are successful, this would make all of you enough money for you to be comfortable for the rest of your years.
3 each?
No, 3 per pair.
And what is this enterprise you speak of?
Well, the enterprise is the opportunity that Lord Vasiri and I discussed before. There are certain trading opportunities. They require a certain degree of preparation and investment, and profit will not be realized quickly. But should the trading opportunity set up and realized, then you would have 3 of 100 parts of a large amount.
Perhaps. You say it will not be realized soon. Yet, in addition to this, I am in need of at least some funds for resupply, as it were.
Are you sure you're not a merchant, young lady? Perhaps you have missed your vacation. Very well. 3%, and Viaggio will make some arrangements to cover minor expenses. Is that acceptable?
Yes.
And I presume it's acceptable for the two of you, or do I need to reach back into
We're good. We're
my-
good. We're good. We're good.
X? As for you, Julian, I think you'll need to sort any such discussions out with his lord here.
Anything that benefits my lord patron friend generally tends to benefit me, so I will go with his prerogative.
An excellent attitude. Well, I believe we are done here, yes?
I believe so.
Biagio will lead you from here. Do not try to find this place again or find me. If I need to speak to you, I will make the necessary arrangements via Biagio. Lord Vaseri, until we meet again by pure coincidence at the council.
Yeah, I get up behind him and follow him out, I guess. Rest of the party?
Stix and Ricky are following behind you, but you probably hear one of them whispering to the other one, "That lady's a horse."
I drop back slightly until I'm level with Stix and Vicky, and I say, "It is good to see some fellow countrymen.
Oh, we're not from the country. We're actually down from Miven.
Halfling's a halfling."
We didn't really much like the whole skipping around in trees and all that good stuff. City life's for us.
And you think it's not for me? I'm following this one around.
So, nice to meet you. I'm Stix. He puts his hand up.
He puts his hand up or out?
Up because I'm imagining that you're towering down from above him.
No, I'm also a halfling.
Oh,
I'm
you
the
are
same
half.
height.
Okay. I thought that you were the centaur for a second.
No, I'm the halfling.
Ah, alright.
I
But yeah, I put my hand out then.
Okay.
Yeah, I take it and I say, "Julian Alfred Pancraz, at your service."
That's a mouthful.
Just call me Julian.
Julian, got it.
The elderly gentleman leads those who are following. I presume everyone is following. He leads you back down the steps through some side alleys and then into what looks to be quite a main thoroughfare. It's quite busy. You notice, Alara, that there's quite a lot of guards. Obviously, you need them in a city, but there's quite a lot. You and Asana are still kind of trying to adjust to this place and take it in. Viagia says to Julian, I have some errands to run. Is there a chance that you would be grateful if you could take your new companions and find them an inn for the night? I will come and find you in the morning and get you on your way. I think that satisfies, young lady, your desire for a bed and a good meal, does it not?
Yes. Though, at some point we will need to speak.
I understand.
I will
Right.
find them the best goddamn inn and tavern in town. I will blow this centaur and traveller's socks off.
Okay. You use your charm, Julian, to convince the innkeeper to allow Asana into his dwelling. Part of that is you get a private room out the back where the 5 of you can relax, and food and drink is brought to you. Most of the accommodation is above. It is kind of on the first floor, but there is some accommodation apparently out back, which you've agreed with the innkeeper will be used for at least Asana and possibly Alara if she wishes to sleep with her friend.
Sure.
Alara and Asana have what can only be described as a feast of the gods. Alcohol that's quite tasty, but it's probably weaker than you're used to.
And while we're eating, I do produce my viol and start playing.
Alara seems, well, not suspicious outright. She is.
I raise an eyebrow at her as I play.
I'm eyeing up everybody in the room.
So what can you guys do? Anything interesting?
Well, I could probably talk my way into getting you back into those casinos you've been kicked out of.
Yay! That would actually be pretty great.
Generally, I serve as my lord's counselor and occasional entertainer.
And why are you traveling to the wilderness?
Because this situation presents an opportunity for my lord, and he wants my direct involvement. And generally, those opportunities do tend to make me richer as well.
So you're in it for the money. Got it. That makes sense. Nothing wrong with going for money.
Money, influence, power.
Yeah, I tend to go for the money.
All of these things are viable options. So, you, little gentlemen, have been, as it were, blackmailed into this endeavor.
That is correct.
Apart from gambling, what do you do?
Well, I look around for somebody with a coin pouch to the side.
You're going to try and pickpocket someone, are you?
No. Pickpocketing, that's a little too hands-on for me. I do stuff like, what do you have on you? Like, visible.
Well, visible, apart from my gigantic vial. My clothes, not much else.
Viola just kind of like slips out of your hands, bounces off the table, and slips into my hands.
The fuck? I throw you the bow and say, you'll need this.
Oh, I have these. I take out 2 crossbows. Well, just kind of like show you.
Not that kind of bow, you stupid twat.
The violin stick.
Oh.
Yes. It's called a bow.
That completely went past me.
Yeah. A viol is the
I get what
predecessor to
I know what that is.
Yes.
I just did not think about that. I hand it back to you.
Practicality.
I try to play with the crossbow first before I hand it back.
It's like, I'll need to teach you how to play that.